welcome back to my channel. I really do have a video that I didn't think I was gonna do, but I ended up doing, or I'm about to do with you guys. It's the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Skin Tech Foundation. So this is something I've been seeing for a minute now. I never thought I was gonna review it till I went by their section yesterday in Sephora and I touched the foundation, I blended it into my skin, and it just felt so good. It has like this gel-like formula that I absolutely love when it comes to concealers and foundations. So here we are, okay? And it's funny because typically when I do go ahead and review a foundation, I already know what shade is mine, but this time I was actually sitting there swatching, trying to figure it out because there's so many shades, so many undertones. So shout out to her for that. We really do appreciate it, okay, giving us options. So I was actually confused and I actually had to ask for help. So the Sephora lady and I kind of decided on 470 medium deep cool. Now this shade is not something I typically go for, but it just looks so seamless on the skin and it looked like it blended really well with my skin tone. So we're gonna try it out today in my lighting, so we'll see if it actually matches. But if you guys are excited, of course, you already know what to do. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into it. Okay, so like I mentioned to you guys, I went ahead and got the shade 470 medium deep cool. So this is what it looks like outside the box, in case you are wondering. I really like the packaging, you guys. I think it's so sleek and so nice. I low-key wish it was like a squeezable foundation. I don't know why. The cap just gives me that vibe where you can just like press it down and then squeeze it, but you go ahead and pop it off like this. So what we're actually gonna do is discuss the price and the claims, and then we'll get into the video. So it claims on here that it's a medium coverage, weightless, clean foundation with fermented arnica that reduces redness, helps even skin tone, and protects from environmental stress. And also it is, how much is this? $45. So it's fairly priced, I feel like, compared to other foundations in Sephora. And again, in case you guys haven't seen the packaging up close, this is what it looks like. So I did go ahead and prime my face already. I used the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate. I suck at saying fancy names, y'all, but this is what it looks like, and I've been loving this. Okay, I've been hearing about this for a long time, so I finally got it. And I also used the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer Blurring primer on the face. So I use these two, so I should know, you know, if something goes wrong, it's the foundation, not the primers, because I always use these. So yeah, so let's get into it, you guys. I'm ready. So this is the shade Deep Cool. What is it again? Let's see, 470 Deep Cool. At first I was gonna get 450 till she applied this on my skin, and I kind of changed my mind. So let's see. All right, so this is what it looks like on the skin, and when I first saw it I was like, this doesn't look like something I would typically wear, but let's just blend it out because I know when we did that in Sephora, it blended really well into the skin. So you see how like you don't have to sit there and try hard at all. I love that. So this is the color on my skin, and it's crazy because like I go back and forth. I'm like, is this the perfect match? Because like I gotta consider my chest, you know what I mean? But we'll just try it out and kind of go from there. So I love this foundation because it's a medium to full coverage foundation, but you don't have to sit here and blend forever on the face. It just blends so easily, and I love that. Like I love how this feels. It's really good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep blending this all over. I don't know, I'm so weird, y'all. I'm so weird. I don't know. I didn't think I would be a cool undertone. Usually I'm neutral. That's why I was gonna get 450. You know what I mean? But something about 450 looked a little ashy on my skin. So if you're close to my skin tone, let me know which one you got, because I'm really interested. Nowadays with foundation, I want to make sure that they match. Okay, I'm not trying no more for these foundations, honey. If they don't match, they don't match. So we'll see, but I like this so far. This is a very workable shade. I just feel like it's a little bit redder than normal because I try to match my chest, you know what I mean? But it's still stunning. But I really feel like this foundation feels like air, like it feels like clouds, if that makes sense. Like it just doesn't feel like you're wearing anything on your skin. It doesn't look like, you know, it's cakey or anything like that. It looks like your skin, and I really like that. And it doesn't claim to be like a matte foundation or anything, but it's just to be a luminous second skin finish, ultra fluid weightless formula, and I agree with that. It's so weightless, you don't feel it. It looks like skin. It's just stunning. All right, so this is the shade on my face. I applied as much as possible. Let me put a little bit more on my nose. But you guys let me know, what do you think about this shade? I'm like kind of going back and forth with it. I may go back in Sephora today and take my time because they had so many people at Sephora yesterday, so it was a lot going on. I was stressed. I'm like, all right, let me just get the shade, because she really tried to convince me it's this one, so I just went with it. But I think it's beautiful. Like, I think it's stunning. All right, so yeah, this is what the skin looks like up close, you guys. Really, really beautiful. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer and then set the under eyes so I can get a full picture, because foundation by itself, like, it looks good, but whenever I put concealer on, I can kind of tell, you know, the whole picture, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Path McGrath Labs concealer, of course. I actually have a new concealer that I'll be reviewing for you guys, and we'll see if it's gonna be a new favorite. You guys know Pat is just bomb. Like, nobody touching her concealer. Like, it's ridiculous. I have tried so many concealers, I'm just like, nope, Pat McGrath. And then of course, I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Huda Beauty loose powder in the shade Kanafa. But then also on top of it, I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish. I love this powder so much, so I'm gonna top it off with that. Okay, so I'm gonna come a little bit closer so y'all can see what the skin looks like. So this is what it's looking like, and I just love the finish of it. And honestly, once I went ahead and applied some concealer, the foundation doesn't look, you know, as like orangey. So I don't know, I really like it. I may go back to try as many shades as possible to make sure I find like my perfect match. I still think it may be perfect. I don't know, you guys know how I get about foundation. I'm super picky. But yeah, but it looks good. It looks good in the skin. It's given skin. All right, so let me go ahead and finish up the rest of my face so we can start this wear test, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I am back with my completed face. It's currently 10:57 right now, so basically it's 11 o'clock in the morning. So 8 hours from today, which would be 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 7/8 o'clock, I'll be back to tell you guys my final thoughts on the foundation. And I think it looks so good now. When I, you know, set the under eyes, bronzer, all of that, it matches really well. So I may keep the shade. I'm still like, you know, on the fence about it, but I think it looks good. Okay, I'm overthinking it. But anyways, you guys, let me stop. So I'll be back around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock to let you guys know how the foundation performs on the skin, and we'll take it from there. I may do mini check-ins in between, we'll see, but long story short, I'll be back to let you guys know my thoughts on the foundation. All right, you guys, so I'm currently back and it's 8:08 right now. So I did mean to do a check-in, you guys, but every time I was trying to do a check-in, like a car would pull up next to me somewhere, and then I get super awkward. Like, I'm not good at vlogging, y'all. Like, that's why I don't ever do it. So it didn't happen, but I will tell you guys my thoughts on the foundation throughout the day and my final thoughts now, even after 10 hours, okay? So throughout the day, it was looking really perfect. It was pretty much perfect for a couple hours. I was getting a little bit oily in my T-zone, which is expected because I am very oily, you guys. Like, no matter what, I'm always gonna look oily. But it was nothing crazy. I'll just dab it a little bit here and there, and the foundation didn't mess up. Like, it didn't break down, it didn't separate, none of that stuff. It was still very much intact. And even after 8 hours, you guys, like, my foundation still looks really good. Okay, so just for reference, this is what my skin looks like right now. I'll turn everywhere. It just looks like skin. And it's funny because, like, even when I felt like, okay, you know, it's been a couple hours, let me check the mirror, I must be super oily, it must be separated. Like, I get scared when I try new foundations, you guys. It wasn't that. I would look in the mirror and be like, oh, my skin looks good. Like, that's literally what I thought every single time I look at the foundation in the mirror. I was just super surprised at how flawless it still looks. Honestly, it may be one of the best foundations I've tried in a long time, because it doesn't claim to be a matte foundation. This literally says it's a luminous second skin finish ultra fluid weightless formula. So I wasn't expecting for me to be matte all day, but I thought I would be super greasy, and I wasn't. I would just be super dewy pretty much in my T-zone. So you guys, I think this foundation is worth trying out. It's been a minute since I've tried a new foundation on my channel. Like, I can't even tell you guys the last foundation I tried, but it's a really good foundation that surprised me. I love how it feels on the skin. It looks like skin. It melts in your skin like butter. It looks flawless all day. It doesn't separate. It probably won't ever look cakey because it's so lightweight on the skin. It's a really beautiful foundation. So Haus Labs, Lady Gaga, y'all did your thing, okay? So yes, now with the shade, I like it. To be honest, I don't think I have a problem with the shade. I may go back just to make sure that I've tried all the shades and swatched them, just to make sure this is my perfect matte. So I want to make sure I find the perfect one, you know what I mean? But for now, it looks great on the skin. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you've tried this foundation, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I want to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, it's super late on a Sunday night, so your girl is about to go ahead and just relax and watch some movies. So besides that, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.